Hey YouTube, and I'll probably post this on Facebook too, so I'll say hi to all my Facebook friends, although I don't expect many of them are going to watch this, nor that for YouTube. This is not an instructional reloading video. I just wanted to let you know that right now, straight scoop. It's not instructional, not intended to be instructional, and it's not a slam on people who reload either. I received a Rock Chucker Supreme reloading kit for Christmas. I only casually mentioned reloading to my wife earlier last year, and apparently she felt compelled to go ahead and get me a reloading system. Legos? I like Legos. You know I like Legos. Ha! I was right! I was right! I was right.
What is it, Tom?
It's a reloader for ammunition.
Yep.
And what she did get is a starter kit, so to speak, but it costs like $300-something. The heaviest part of this reloading gift is the manual. And she thinks I can read. And so, if nothing else, this video is to give a heads up to folks who are thinking about getting into reloading, but haven't really done too much research, because that's exactly what happened in this case. There was no research done. I just casually thought about it. So here we are. $300-something for the RCBS reloading kit. It came with the powder measure. Of course, it came with the press. And it came with some really cool case lube. Look at there, huh? And a case lube pad. Out of about the 20 hours of YouTube videos that I've seen concerning reloading ammunition, this has got to be the best way to go, from what I've seen. I simply put this doggone lube on this pad and roll the ammunition on there. You've got to lube it before you resize it and deprime it and all that. So that's a pretty good deal that it came with it. It came with this great scale. And it's a mechanical scale. It's not digital. But I like mechanical stuff because they tend to not need batteries. And they don't break down. Came with a hand primer. And from the videos I've seen, hand primer is good to go. It's the way to go. And I've got this set up for small caliber reloading. Your doggone primers go inside of this tray. Fancy stuff with the tray, man. You can shake it around and all your primers get set up just perfectly so that you can reload it. So that's a pretty cool deal. You can also do an automatic. Comes with a feeder where the primer goes into the die. And when you press it down, reprimes it for you automatically. I'd rather use that based on everything I saw. It also came with some tool leech so that you can deburr and help resize your ammunition before you actually put your new projectiles in there. This is to clean out the base of the round after you've deprimed it. So I have a bunch of brass, not a bunch, I got about 45 rounds here that are just waiting to be resized and deprimed. But there's so much more that you've got to invest in before you even get started. Would like to point out a few things real quick while I'm thinking about it. It also came with this funnel which got graduated grooves on the inside of it, which allows you to use different caliper, put it on the brass, different calibers. This is a universal caliber holder. The funnel has the graduations in there so that it fits snugly on top of the particular round that you're trying to reload. You pour it in there and you don't have your powder running all over the place. This system also came with this cute little stand where you screw in the doggone powder measure and you can screw it. Got two holes on there so that you can screw it into the into your bench so that it's nice and secure. I initially had it set up like that, And based on all the videos I've seen and everything, I started thinking about the ergonomics of it all. That is, I'd be down here trying to doggone measure my ammo or measure my powder, and then come over here and use the scale to make sure that I had everything accurately set up. And I could just see me having accident after accident with the way I had it set up. So I invested in an additional $24 and something into this stand. It's nice and secure onto the bench. I went to AutoZone to get the bolts to hold the doggone stand on. Spent $5 for that. Just for the doggone bolts. What's that all about? You got to get you a shell holder. I got a number 10 shell holder for now. It's right here inside of my press, waiting to be used. And they're not expensive. This is a number 10. This is going to cover my 5.56, and it's also going to cover, if I decide, it's going to cover the 9mm. So that's kind of cool that it fits more than one thing. However, you're going to have to buy dies. Even though this costs $300 and something, it doesn't come with dies because they don't know what caliber weapon that you're going to reload. So I went ahead and got dies for my 5.56mm 223. And of course the die set, it cost I don't want to lie to anybody. It costs $33.99. I went ahead and went through Academy to buy it, and it comes with 2 dies, and one is for your depriming and resizing of your shell case, because once you fire a doggone round off, the brass actually expands, and you have to resize it before you can reload it. It's that simple, and it makes sense to anybody who's paying attention. And this is so that you can properly seat and grip your bullet projectile once you get to that step. I'm nowhere close to that step. I assure you I'm not. As a matter of fact, I know I'm not close to that step because I had to buy new projectiles. I only invested in, let me see what I got. I got 500 rounds on order. They're probably coming in the mail today. And it costs $60, shipping included. The projectile I bought was based on the ammo that I usually use, and it's 55 grains, grounds, whatever. It's a 55 grain bullet. That's the weight of your projectile, the little tiny bullet that comes out of your round. I also invested in a dial caliper. I went with this. I could get one cheaper. Believe it or not, I could get a cheaper micrometer, digital micrometer that gives you the readout and everything, but it's doggone, you got to worry about batteries, you got to worry about, to hell with it. I got this, it's mechanical, it's going to last me a lifetime. And it's still accurate as hell. That, by the way, actually costs more than some of the digital ones. That was close to $50. So we're just ching, 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 racking up the money. Dial caliper, powder stand, yeah, I got that, $27.99. Got to get primers. What's your doggone round consist of? It consists of the casing, the primer, your powder, and the projectile. So we're going to have to put new primers in here, and they're relatively cheap. I didn't get them in bulk. I only bought 200, but they're only like $3.99 for 100. I got these at Academy. These are made by CCI. Other people can think other things. I don't care, okay, as long as it works. So, of course, one of the components of your ammunition is going to be your powder. I got this powder. I actually drove 30 miles to go get this powder yesterday. If you order it online, it's going to cost you extra because you have to pay hazmat fees, handling, and all this crazy issue. This is not what I went to go get, but this is what I ended up with. And the guy, it even says 223 right on it. So it's made for this type of ammunition. So I'm going to go with it, but it costs $31.04. But I could also probably load maybe 1,000 or 2,000 rounds with just this 1 pound of powder. I haven't done the math on it, and I'm not worried about the math on it. So that's another $31. the projectiles. They're probably coming in the mail today. And then we got this other thing about cleaning your doggone brass. This stuff looks pretty doggone clean to me. And I did something that a lot of people probably won't approve of based on all the videos I've seen. And that is, I haven't bought a tumbler. Because a tumbler is going to cost me another $35, $40, $70, not including the medium that you have to put inside of the tumbler. The medium is what's going to, it's the abrasive that's going to clean the brass for you. And they make them out of walnut shells and some kind of corn product. I don't know what that's all about. I haven't really looked into it. But I did see a video on YouTube about the cheapest and most dangerous way to clean your brass. And so that got my attention. And I looked at the video, and this dude took this sock, and he put his brass inside of it, tied a couple of knots on the top of it, put it in his doggone laundry, in the regular washing machine. Nothing special, no special solvents. Brass came out and looked pretty doggone good, so I thought I'd give it a shot. That's exactly how I clean this brass. I got the thickest sock that I have, and they're actually awfully comfortable socks. And I stretched the doggone top out and just put a knot on the top of it. And I cleaned about 35 or 40 cases. And I have before and after pictures, so you can see just how clean this stuff is. I even went one step further and took Q-tips and checked out the inside of my cases. And they came out clean. I had one that had a little bit of carbon on it. So I'm thinking, hey, is the tumbler really worth the expense? If it is, then you experts can come back at me and cuss me out and yell at me and say anything you want to on YouTube and comment on the video. But for now, I'm not going to invest in a tumbler. I just don't see it being necessary. So that's it. This is just, like I said, it's not instructional. It's just a heads up to folks. If you haven't bought any reloading equipment yet, research, research, research. Go online. Watch 20 hours of video like I have. And you may find yourself deciding not to be a reloader. It depends on what your purposes are and your uses are. Also, I have learned that a lot of people really love reloading. And to be honest with you, I think it's going to be kind of cool the first time that I fire some rounds, that I loaded the powder, that I cleaned the brass, and I put in the primer, and I'm the guy who set the bullet and got the length right. But it's going to be complicated, and it's already proven to be an expensive startup. And if you fire 1,000 rounds a month, maybe you save some money in short order. I'm not so sure about that, but I'm in it now, and so we're going to go with it, and this will probably be the first of many reloading videos that I'll be posting on YouTube. That's all I got to say on this. Wish me luck. Goody J out.